So I did want to briefly retouch on some of the things I pointed out in the last video. Got a lot of comments on that last video, so I will go through those comments that we're talking about more so things of what I was talking about in the video, of course, just a little bit more, just to keep things in order, because I woke up to a bunch of comments, like I hadn't checked in a little bit, and I came back and there was just, alright, y'all got to talking, alright, you guys got to talking, right. I did see someone ask if I could do a video on the Eric Bischoff and Ariel Helwani video. I did see the entire video. I watched the whole interview. I can't just base my entire statement on Eric Bischoff's little quote without any context at all. And the thing is, that interview was probably 90% a normal conversation about business and how good WWE is. And then it just randomly, Ariel's like, what are your thoughts on the current state of AEW? And then everything took just a sharp turn and nothing was good. There's just nothing good. He couldn't say anything good. Which, it's like he's already admitted in the past he doesn't watch wrestling for the in-ring stuff. So it's like, well, that's half their talking points, so I don't see why you would watch at that point. But I also don't get why you would comment on what they're doing if you're not watching what they're doing. He said in the same interview he watches wrestling these days for the business side of it. I also don't understand why Ariel Helwani set up, just lobbed so many simple, easy, nothing questions, and then just, hey dude, here's this thing you openly don't like. What are your thoughts on it, its fans, and the booker? When was the last? Was there ever a point where you tolerated Dave Meltzer? Why are you asking these questions? It was something else. I again I would not recommend listening to a 70-year-old person of the business tell you what you should or should not enjoy. He said if you don't like the in-ring stuff, AEW might be the thing for you, but he also said if you don't like story or characters at all, and that's just not the case. I don't know why he's so extreme on AEW in saying that it doesn't have a way to, in quotes, turn itself back around like NWO did for WCW, but I don't really listen to Eric Bischoff about anything he says about the business right now because I don't need to know. He also said that the differences between the NWO storyline and the Bloodline storyline are discipline, with the Bloodline storyline being more disciplined than NWO's, which would in turn make it a better one, I guess. That's all I can really say. He stole the gimmick from Japan, so it worked really good because of the timing. And Eric Bischoff also said he would have chosen Bully Ray as the head booker of AEW. He said take Tony Khan completely off the head and give it to Bully Ray. What? The domestic violence segment thing. I'm not in the mind of Bully Ray. I don't wish to be in the mind of Bully Ray. I don't know what he was going on about at that point. No, we're not doing that. That is not what this is. What? Yeah, it'll get him heat, obviously. But really? No. And then, of course, Eric Bischoff got paid by WWE for the NXT thing, so I don't have any faith in someone getting paid by a rivaling company to say anything good about said company. Anymore, at least. I used to. But you can have all the matches you want, but if you can't, you can have all the matches you want, but if you can't relate to the story, in AEW's case, lack of story, the matches are pointless. When you take it from the ground up, if you look at it from a complete sports-based point of view, we should still be using the ranking system. And that's what MMA does. That's what boxing does. So, well, that's mostly what MMA does. It's what UFC does, even. So I don't see any issue with the match just happening because someone has a certain amount of wins and the other has maybe a little bit less wins, or they have similar wins. So this match is happening. Yeah, that JD from New York guy, I don't think I'll ever understand what he didn't, to go behind the scenes with them. Like, I don't understand why he's so mad all the time. I think we have each other blocked on Twitter, honestly. I don't know why he blocked me first. Alright, I didn't do anything that major, but okay, I never even talked that negative on Twitter at all. He blocked me, Matt Riddle blocked me. I don't know what I did. I honestly have no idea. I disagree. It's well deserved. The goofy stuff they do is bad. We all love wrestling, so we like goofy, but it's too much to remember the sparklers and more. Tombstone on steel steps kick out is bad. It's time I give a shit. So okay, this is not for me. WWE has Goop's like the bulldog in the toolbox and he gets shit back up, but that's like every time I watch AEW, I see that stuff. Man, people just don't like fun. I'm having a ball. I'm having a blast watching it. I'm having probably more of a blast watching it than I am just at home. Oh, and then Effie. Like, I don't know what Effie's doing. I was kind of enjoying Effie's style. I don't think there's any issue to be had with Effie, but like Effie just keeps talking about Tony Khan's family at this point. I don't even know what. Like, and they doubled down. They doubled down today. I don't know what we're gaining from that. I have no reason to listen to anybody else other than who's been doing it for the last 5 years about what AEW creative should look like or what they should be doing. I don't need to hear it from Bully Ray, Eric Bischoff, or JD from New York. I don't know what the big switch that flipped in JD from New York's head was. I was pretty sure JD from New York used to be like an in and out AEW fan. Now JD from New York seems to hate everything, and I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what that's all about at all. And yeah, people will bring up ratings and attendance and say it's going down because the product's getting worse. It's just not. Like, oh, the product's all weird right now, so everybody, let's not watch. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It's like, you can't control what people do or don't watch all the time. You can't do that. You just can't. And it's like, it doesn't really put on. You can't. If someone doesn't know, they're just not gonna. It's mostly a marketing thing. An advertisement thing. That's the only thing I can think of. And they're working on that right now. So I can't really. It's like outdated form of statistic to look at. First off. Second off, they just had a $500 million deal. Why are we? What do we care what the rating is? It's not going anywhere. Unless Tony Khan says it's going somewhere, it's not going anywhere. So it's not leaving. Like a lot of people praise the pay-per-views and trash on everything in between, and it's like, well, we got to that massive pay-per-view somehow. That really good pay-per-view that everyone's touting as one of the greatest of the year. We got there somehow. It's always an interesting show if you actually look at it and think about what you're watching. Like, just about all times. Don't recall a single point where nothing made sense. Sloppy, you can say that. You could say it's sloppy, I guess, but it's coherent to me, that's for sure. Like, everything aligns somehow, in some way. It's just like, if you're not willing to figure it out without them spoon-feeding you the information every 5 minutes, well, there's that. But, no hate. No hate at all. Just, I don't see the point of showing me what happened on the last show, on the other show. It doesn't happen for every single thing. But, yeah, we don't recap on last week. We just, maybe remind us a little about what we missed. Because we might have missed the show, We don't need a 100% full replay of the last show for this show. I don't need to be completely reminded. I know. If I watched, I know. You can summarize a little bit. You can summarize just a little bit, alright? But again, don't hate. Don't hate. It's useless. No point in hating. Especially out loud. There's no reason to hate in public. No reason to get angry about professional wrestling. I, quite frankly, cannot at this point. I'm kind of burnt out of what we called anger for this sport. Mostly because I definitely have some 14,000 people blocked on Twitter. And technically, if I didn't move over to Blue Sky, I wouldn't be done yet. So, yeah. I have no anger. Not angry at all. I have no hate. I can't say I hate anybody in the business. Or anything in the business. Because there's no point. It's not fun. I would assume it's not fun for you either, but, who knows? Who knows? Maybe you just like to do it. I don't know. Like, some people get paid to do it, I guess. But I'm not going to pretend that I love what I do not love. So, I don't hate it. I don't hate WWE at all. I can't say I'm a complete fan of it. But I will also point out that nothing that I said to comment about in the video just before this was commented about. No one could give the answers. No one has the answers. So you just gotta let Tony do his thing. I'm not gonna lie. You just gotta let Tony do his thing. Watch that last video and comment what I said to comment about. I'm going to New Japan Strong Style Evolved in 2 weeks. So prepare for that video in 2 weeks. Probably, it's on a Sunday. The video should be up Monday. If not Monday, then Wednesday. So yeah, prepare for that video. I haven't been completely caught up on World Tag League. I'll try and kind of catch up before I get to Strong Style Evolved so that I know a little bit more about what's going on with World Tag League. I don't know if it'll be over by then, actually. I should probably check on that. My bad. Yeah, it was just New Japan and Stardom are both having World kind of tag leagues at the same time, and I couldn't keep up on both, so I kept up on neither. My bad, okay, my bad. I have been up on AEW, because, I mean, that singles tournament, C2, just started, so I can keep up on that just fine. Get off my video!